Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Whenever you come across this video, thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the PO Box, and purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarista. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. Also, thank you to everyone who's reached out and wished me well. I'm feeling a lot better today. Um, I just did a lot of resting yesterday, and actually the kids and I ended up going on a hike, which I think helped a lot. Um, anyways, back to you guys. So I want to get our usual collective reading that we would usually do on Monday or Tuesday. I want to go ahead and get that done. Zodiacs are coming, okay? I will be playing catch up, alright? Alright, so tell me, but within reason, because I don't want to overdo it just yet, okay? Sometimes life brings questions. Questions about love, questions about career, questions about your life journey, and sometimes we just need a little clarity. And that is where my new sponsor, Psychic Source, comes in. Psychic Source has been around for over 35 years, connecting people like you with trusted, compassionate advisors to bring through insights and guidance that they need at this time. One of the things that I loved or that stood out to me with Psychic Source was that not only do they care about their customers, but they also care about their employees as well as the world. They donate 1% of all proceeds to a good cause through their kindness initiative. I had a chance to experience the whole experience and talk to a psychic advisor, and I left feeling far more confident than I did walking into it. She was able to pull on a recent dream that I had, and the craziness of it, and help me find clarity through that. She recognized that I was going through a purge and that I was going through kind of like a rebranding, if you will. She was also able to give me kind of a little bit of clarity on a direction that I'm headed in. And she even was able to give dates type energy, as well as a couple names she pulled out. So it was very good. Like I said, I left feeling a lot more confident than I did going in, just about the direction that I'm headed in. And I didn't ask her any questions. This was all I just asked her, what do you got? And she just came, pulled all this stuff, and it was very good. It was very good. So with all that being said, I'm excited to share that Psychic Source is offering an incredible deal for my viewers, you guys. Okay, new customers can get up to 40 minutes with one of their advisors for just $19.80. That's a value up to $240, okay? You can get the deal through the link in the description box below using the keyword Corie, C-O-R-I-E, or you can go to trypsychicsource.com/Corie. There's never been a better time to experience true connection. Okay, so tell me, what's the collective energy here? What's the energy the collective is in at this time, please, for the next week or so? Well, really, probably mostly over the weekend. Collective energy this time. Well, that's kind of a lot. Okay, makes sense because there's a lot of you. I don't really want to take all this. Let me just get a good idea of, and then we'll just see if we can get one card. There's something that you are, I don't know, turning away from, I feel like. Yeah, there's something that is and it makes sense. I feel like this new moon energy, yeah, there's some sort of involvement happening here. But I also do feel like there was some sort of, I don't know, with the new moon, I feel like there was some sort of nonsense going on behind the scenes, if you know what I mean. But so we have Chris Brown and Lauryn Hill. Yeah, there's like something that you are.
Kill him! Kill him! He's really toxic.
Yeah, Kill Bill and Tombstone at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, there's like something that you are like defeating or growing from or evolving, but I do feel like there was some sort of outside interference, some sort of conflict or something. For a lot of you, I do feel like it's spiritual, okay? Some of you are like, there's something about like bringing something completely to an end. And it feels like it's like some sort of energy thing. Some of you may have ended this a while ago. Um, and this new moon, and I feel like maybe since then there's been some growth and involvement, maybe some adjustments. And it's like, I feel like this new moon is kind of bringing in that integrated energy. There was some sort of lesson that you learned, and yeah, and it does feel like it could have been for a lot of you in the past here, right? And so there's some sort of integrated energy when it comes to this. It has to do with karmic energy for sure. Okay, there was some sort of like karmic attachment or something like that here. Like I said, I do feel like you already ended this because it was like with this Lauryn Hill, it's like that kind of the killing me softly here, right? Strumming my pain with his fingers. No, but it really gives like energy vampire or like very manipulative energy, right? Like it's kind of like somebody shows up in one way, but in the background they've got a lot kind of going on, and it really kind of, I feel like, could have triggered you in a lot of ways, right? So it served you, but you close that cycle. And yeah, this new moon, I feel like, is bringing in some sort of integrated energy. I like that. I like that. Okay, so what's leaving for the collective? What's leaving their energy? Look, we have Jaws and Britney Spears, and this Britney Spears energy, which I love Britney. You guys know I love Britney. But this Britney Spears energy is where she's like, she's been driven crazy. This could also be somebody else. This is somebody else who is kind of maybe, I don't know, going through it, right? They've been pushed to some sort of edge and they could have attempted to take something out on you here, right? With the Jaws coming up, right? This is like being the prey here, right? Somebody being a predator, but I feel like it's like somebody who's really I always think of this Brittany as somebody who's been driven crazy, right? Nobody's like born crazy, right? Like, at least as far as I believe, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you, and so there's something like that here. I feel like there's something about you when it comes to, like, with this person, there's something about you that is very triggering to this person, and it's you mirror some things, right? And that's your job. Just as like this other energy, it was their job to mirror some things to you, like lessons to learn, right? Like that's just the way of the world, right? But it's like this person maybe was taking some things personally, okay? Or like really like internalizing like some things here, right? And yeah, this could also be just an energy of like, you in the past, right? You could have experienced postpartum or had some sort of breakthrough. I mean, like I hit rock bottom, you know what I mean? But this is like that version of you that could have been trying to survive that, trying to survive your rock bottom or your postpartum or your, where you had been pushed to the edge, right? It's like, and with this Jaws, that's like becoming the predator, you know what I mean? In order to protect yourself,
okay? Again, it's like this is an energy that's leaving here. And this could have shown up in the physical as maybe people around you in some type of way, this version of you, right? But this is what's leaving. Again, I think it's because of this integrated energy, because you released an energy, you closed out a cycle that had you in, that brought those defenses up. You know what I'm saying? Like there was somebody that was you know, whether it be one particular person or somebody new that was reflecting certain things, you know. And again, you closed out this cycle. You're like, yeah, no, that's, you know, part of an old, you know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be a thing. It could be a place. I don't know, but it was a part of this. It could also be a belief, right? But it really feels like it feels like it started out as a belief, right? But it had manifested in the physical, and you closed out the cycle in the physical here. Okay, so what's coming towards the collective? What's coming towards the collective at this time? What's coming towards the collective? Ooh, I love this. The Beatles. Which this does talk about the magician here, but we do have, ooh, this is great energy. Michael Jackson and Biggie Smalls at the bottom of the deck. Um, you know, you know, this gives me good energy around success, right? The magician energy is like manifesting. You know, this is having 4 elements. Sorry, guys, hold on. Okay. Sorry, but that was crazy because it was almost like when I started having that little coughing fit, it was like this energy was like, I don't know, there was like wanting to get my attention, right? Didn't want something to be like, I don't know, it's almost like this energy of feeling very brushed over. This person could feel very brushed over, right? This person could have also been, you know, how I was telling you, you know, I've been feeling like there was definitely something going on energetically, you know, when it comes to like spiritual warfare around the new moon, right? Like a little before, during, and since. And so, but again, this is like, so this could be this person, but this person is leaving, right? Yeah, okay, so back to what's coming here. Yeah, we have this Michael Jackson with the Biggie Smalls. There could be some sort of like glow up. There could be some sort of, they're also telling me too, it's like there may be like some sort of like purification or purging that may be happening at this time, right? Um, this may happen right before this like glow up, okay? Um, but yeah, this is either something that's happening to you, right? Or for you, I should say. Or this is like someone in particular, someone who's very successful, somebody who is possibly very well known, okay? This person may want to hold your hand, okay? This person, I feel like if this is another person, all right, they definitely, they admire the fact that you can't be bought, okay? I don't know how they would know that, but they do like that. Somebody admires that about you here, okay? No, but it could actually be. I'm looking at the Beatles here. You know, there's 4 of them. There could be multiple options coming towards you here. Um, you know, yeah. But I get the feeling, um, and I think that you will too, that there's something about like being in some sort of spiritual connection, right? I don't know, something about that. There's some that's kind of been coming through around like being in some sort of spiritual connection already. And like, if it's not that person, just like knowing that, like, right, in your gut, right? I don't know. And then I just feel like when it is the person, you'll know. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's just something about that here too. Okay, so something to look forward to for the collective. This kind of flipped out and flipped over. Let's see, can we get one more on that to get a little more detail about what are we trying to say here with that? Something to look forward to. Interesting. Well, this Boys in the Hood, like I said, it kind of flipped out, right? And this poverty is really jumping out to me. And then we have this American History X, which is interesting, but I was really drawn to the game over here and with this Kill Bill. So something to look forward to is like, you know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like a release. I'm feeling like, like something is over. You know what I mean? Like there's some sort of, again, it's like if you're releasing this energy, especially this Jaws energy, where it's like being on guard or, like, I don't know, it just feels like there's been something going on for quite some time. And I feel like it's over. Could be have to do with like a sibling. Or it's going to be over, something to look forward to. I mean, this energy is leaving, so okay. All right, what's healing for the collective? What's healing? Ike and Tina, Gone with the Wind. That's that karmic relationship. This is like relationships that are jealous, karmic relationships, abusive relationships, right? And, abuse comes in all different forms. Manipulation, kind of like a war going on between you and somebody else, but I'm not necessarily sure that you have been like participating in it. I think that it just was brought to you, and there's again this energy of having to be in this defense mode, right? Because somebody brought this war to you. But yeah, it feels like it's coming to an end here. It has to do with the karmic cycle, and I feel like this cycle showed up in your life in many different ways. But this energy brought a lot of chaos and conflict. Okay. What's imperative for the collective to know? That somebody is trying to, somebody's ruthless here, okay? That they have been, or that because they have, they have a crazy life, right? So they're like used to this chaos and this conflict. There's something maybe about, and you're showing up in this like pretty woman energy, or maybe this person was, like a lady of the night or something like that, or this person is a lady of the night. But really I'm more drawn to like, the high vibes, and that you have a good heart and you have natural beauty, and that you are breaking toxic behavior, right? This is somebody who is not breaking toxic behavior. They probably thrive in the chaos and the conflict. They have been clearly, traumatized, wounded, pushed to the edge. You know, they've probably experienced quite a bit here. Okay, but it's imperative for you to know that these people have an agenda. Okay. I have a feeling that whoever this Britney Spears and this Jaws energy is, you know who that is. I have a feeling as soon as that card came out, you knew exactly who it is. You know who this is. Do you hear that noise? My laptop's been making this weird noise lately. Okay, let's get collective energy with the Chris Brown and Lauryn Hill. What's the collective energy with the Chris Brown and Lauryn Hill, please? Yeah, you're just working. You're just focused on you know, what you've got going on. That's what you're doing. You know what I mean? You're busy sowing things, planting seeds, working hard, it seems. Okay. What is this? What's leaving with the Jaws and the Britney Spears for the collective? Ooh. Okay, so we have poverty, and then we have concern, and we have high honor, which is that see all those guys shooting the cannons there. That feels like an attack, right? That's exactly what it feels like. It's an attack, exactly. Somebody wanted you to be concerned about poverty, about being in poverty. They wanted you to be poverty, okay? They wanted you to, you know, be in poverty. They wanted you to not have anything, okay? Yeah, and so somebody, you know, that's what they wanted. That's what this attack was. They wanted you to fear lack, right? But this is what's leaving. Not only the fear and the concern and the worry and the doubt, but also the attack. Okay? Also, whatever it was that was sent to you. Yeah, because you've just been having your head down, right? Even if something did come and a weapon may have like formed, okay, it served you. You've been working really hard. You've been very focused on something here, okay? All right, tell me about this. What's coming with the Beatles, please, for the collective? What's coming? There's something that is, again, something that you've been working on, right? It feels like there's like a pathway that's opening up. Okay? Like there's something, again, I always think of this card as like the, you know, the manifestation or the magician card. There's something where it's like you've been, you know, kind of cooped up, maybe like working hard on something, right? And then there's almost like your people show up with this community and this pathway and something, you know what I mean? Like something shows up for you here. Okay, so I don't know if it's like a community that you're already involved with or if it's like a new community. I don't know, for all of you it's going to be different here. Okay, so tell me about this something to look forward to with the Boys in the Hood, American History X, and Kill Bill. We have unexpected income, family room. Oh, despair. House. I saw this in my third eye. Thief. False person. Well, something to look forward to. There's something about a house, some sort of unexpected money, okay? And this is where this like defeat may be coming in, but I don't know. So I don't know why you would be looking forward to somebody else being in despair, but it could very well be just, again, this is showing up as, you defeating someone here, okay? Interesting. It must be this thief or this false person. Okay, that's in some sort of despair. Okay, what's healing on the Argentina and the Gone with the Wind? What's healing? Okay, we have coffin. So some of you are healing over your, healing from grief. Okay, from losing someone. Also, great fortune. Interesting. So what's healing is your relationship with this great fortune, or what it is your perception about what really is great fortune. I feel like that's what's healing here. Again with the house, the bottom of the deck. I feel like somebody was expecting something to go one way, and it's going a complete opposite way, because it's like, again, there seems to be some sort of like, I don't know, sudden integration, or there's some sort of purification, or there's some sort of, something here. Okay, and what's imperative for the collective to know with the NWA and the New Vida Loca? And somebody has some bad health here, right? Whoever this is, they may be experiencing some court issues, some issues in court, or going through some sort of judgment, right? This could be somebody that's going through, it's imperative for you to know that somebody's receiving karma and going through some sort of judgment, right? So it may not be an opportune time for you to be involved with this person, but I feel like this person is leaving, right? I'm not. Again, I feel like you just have your head down. This is your energy right here, focused, zeroed in, on whatever it is that you're doing. I do feel like there could be a relationship coming towards you. Okay, let's talk about, see, somebody wanted to bring some sort of conflict here, but this is coming to an end, right? And here's that poverty, right? All right, tell me about this collective energy. Chris Brown, Lauren Hill, and the occupation. Collective energy. What's the collective energy? Sweetheart. Of course you are. Of course you are showing up as a sweetheart. Okay, some of you may also have some sort of health concern. Oh. Oh, okay. There's a karmic feminine that's having some sort of health concern. They may be in the hospital because they've shown up 2 times here. Um, yeah, but then we have high honor with divination. Interesting. So, okay. So this is your energy. You show up as the sweetheart here, okay? You may be very aware of this situation, but you're kind. Anyways, and that actually may be sending this person away, or it may be, I don't know, because it's like this high honor with this divination. There's something about your wisdom. There's something about, you know what I mean? It's like you may know that this person is, you know, showing up this way, or sending these attacks or something like that. But I don't know. It's your state of consciousness that allows you to not take it personally, right? And to show up as this like sweet energy still, but to just be very aware, right? Like I don't know. That's kind of what this feels like. Um, some of you may be taking care of somebody who's pretty ill. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, we have ascending. And that's what I'm saying is like that integration here. Okay. So tell me about this. What's leaving with the poverty, the concern, and the high honor? Yeah, this was blocked. Something was blocked. Somebody maybe like not have, I don't know, there's something, because my phone started ringing here. So somebody may not have access to you, or they may be blocked. Interesting. Okay, so there's a lustful energy that's leaving. And I feel like there's, when you are in this like protective mode, or you know what I mean, like where you feel like you have to, you're protecting yourself, right? Whether it's just like energetically, or you know what I mean, like you're walking on eggshells in a situation. It's like your nervous system is like elevated, and it's hard for you to sometimes see the bigger picture, and where, you know what I mean, and you're just very zoomed in and very focused on yourself, your family, your safety, that type of thing. There's an energy where like this, it's like this, that is leaving because of this like energy that's also leaving, like because something is coming to an end. This other energy, this I heard warrior that's been like, attacking you or whatever. It's like since they're leaving also, it's like you can rest, right? And since this also this, any type of work or anything like that that has been done is leaving you, it's like you're, and so there's like this being able to kind of zoom out and you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean? And it's like, it's not to say that you were like selfish or only thinking about yourself, right? Or your family. Um, but when you are in the middle of a war, you're not thinking about Sally down the road, right? Like if war has been brought to your house, you know, you're gonna take care of everything and everyone in your household, right? And then maybe once that's, you know, then you will think about Sally down the road, right? But there's something about this kind of like going away, right? And it's because like the war is over, some sort of war is over, or you know what I mean? And this could honestly be a war with yourself. Amen? Amen. You know? Uh, just take it as it resonates. But I do feel like, you know, oftentimes it is, you know, a physical manifestation of a war that we're having with ourselves. But, you know, sometimes there are those people that kind of show up in that manifestation, you know, to help us learn the lesson, right? Okay, so tell me about this. What's coming with this toil and labor community and pathway? What's coming? House. I told you there's something about a house. Some of you may have inherited a house, or there's something about a house. Okay, we have manipulation. Interesting. Intuitive Kev. Somebody may have been using a house to manipulate a situation here, okay, and to keep somebody bound. Interesting on this is what's coming. Okay, but we have ascended. Yeah, ascending. Huh. Yeah, okay. So this is like I said, there was something, a karmic cycle that you were ending here. You closed out. And I did pick up on like the manipulation, right? The binding. There's something about a house here. This could also be, I almost feel like, I don't know, leverage, or I don't know. This person could, if they're doing something behind the scenes, they could be sending something to the house, to your house, or rather than, you know what I mean, to you directly, or I don't know. But there is something significant about a house and using that as some sort of like leverage or to manipulate, or, and it's to keep somebody bound here. I don't know. Something about that. But what's coming is you're ascending past this, right? Again, that could be this integrated energy, okay, that I'm picking up on, because this does feel like it's like a cycle that you may have already closed. Like I said. Okay. Tell me about the something to look forward to. Unexpected money, family room. This guy, something to look forward to. Okay, we have chakras. So that's balance and alignment. Relationship. An unbothered energy. We like that. And rich girl. Wow. Okay. So some of you are becoming this rich girl, or you already are this rich girl, or you are, or that's this rich girl that's getting karma. Okay. Or you're attracting this rich girl. Ooh. Yeah. Whoever this, there's a Jezebel energy going back to somebody. There's also some sort of relationship that's going through karma here. healing? With the coffin and great fortune, what's healing? Yeah, boss, that's your perception around great fortune, I feel like. Oh, death magic, I told you something's being returned, something's coming to an end, something is, you know what I mean? Yeah, unexpected money, and then we have abundance. This is on what's healing, right? So, again, it's your perspective around great fortune, right? And this is releasing this, I don't know, death magic that may have been put on your abundance or something like that. Yeah. It was to cause some sort of confusion, right? To have you kind of imprisoned in the system of, you know, constantly chasing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have you constantly worrying and fearing about money and you know, which then in turns puts you in a position of kind of worshiping money, right? Although you're just trying to survive, right? It does, you know, innately turn into a kind of worship. And so, and that is what is, you know, you're being released from. You're no longer being imprisoned with it within this, this concern and this worry and this fear and this doubt. And so something to look forward to is there's a, you know, because of this, because this, you know, energy or this, you know, this belief, and also any type of energetic stuff that has been going on behind the scenes is being released. It's being broken here because of your perception change here. Okay, because you're not bound by these earthly things, you know. Yeah, there's something about that. Okay, yeah, because right underneath that is starseed. Exactly. Okay, so what's imperative for the collective to know on this bad health in this courthouse? What's imperative for the collective to know? Family. So these people could be in your family, okay? Or they could be associated with your family. Yeah, because there's like a third party here, right? This would be like your family saying like, hey, come to, you know, come travel to a barbecue, right? Like this love offer being like an invite or something like that coming from your family. Hey, you know, let's do this, let's do that, blah, 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 right? There's some sort of mentally and emotionally unstable energy there, third party energy, okay? Okay, or this is in your family, or this is like, you know, this love offer could be like messages, or, you know, I don't know, something like that here. But so it's imperative for you to know here, or that somebody's family is like a third party, or somebody part of somebody in, yeah. Basically, it's imperative for you to know that somebody tried to, you know, start another battle, begin another war. I don't know, something like that here. Okay. This triggered some things in you that are actually have you ascending. Um, Ascending in areas of abundance and perception, self love, you know, all those things. It feels like this is, you know, this energy though is leaving. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, okay. like I just feel like, I don't know, it's like they can't break some sort of barrier, or they just keep getting defeated, or but you're just head down, focused on what you're doing here. Okay, there is quite a bit to look forward to, I feel like, and I would just continue doing what you're doing. But yeah, collective, this is what's going on. If you've been feeling the energy's been kind of off or whatever, it's because somebody was playing in the energy again. Probably around the new moon, but you clearly learned some sort of lesson or something, but there is some sort of integrated energy happening here for you. So, okay. If you need anything from me, that's in the description box below. Otherwise, I love you.